Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Baba Is You. We are getting through this volcano today. That's my big brave statement of intent. We are going to solve 2 more puzzles. I have confidence. I think this is a thing that can happen. Also, I want to take a moment, I haven't yet, I think, but I want to take a moment and talk about the music in this game. It's so simple. I don't know what it is about it, but something about it just like worms its way into my brain. I hear it for hours after I finish playing, and I often find myself, I believe I've managed to catch myself every time so far, but I often find myself wanting to sort of sing along. First of all, not much of a singer, so don't want to subject you guys to that, but also I kind of can't because the way I've routed my audio to remove the room noise that sadly I'm not able to do anything about means that there's an arbitrary and slightly random delay on my voice, so you would hear me making the noises somewhere between a half a second and 3/4 of a second too late. It wouldn't really work anyway, but it's just in there. It's in there all the time, just bouncing around in my head. One more thing I want to talk about that I just noticed. I think it's fascinating that the last puzzle in the area, numerically the last puzzle in the area, opens up so early. Is this the bat one? Which one is this? No, okay, it's this thing. So this is pretty complicated. I wonder if the idea is that you are supposed to have the skills that they think you will need for this are taught by the other puzzles in the area, and so you're supposed to tackle this one last. But it's really interesting to me that they numbered them in such a way that this one is last, but it's almost certainly going to open, like it's going to open before you see 12 and 13, which are undoubtedly here. There is something being communicated with the numbers, right? It doesn't really matter. I'm not going to spend a ton of time trying to figure it out, but I do think it's really interesting. Okay, 11, trick door. I don't even remember what this is. Let's just pick a puzzle and start to work it for a bit. Okay, this thing. Yeah, I really haven't spent any time here. So what is the story with this puzzle? We have that tile that's going to become a wall when we push through it, and we have to figure out how to get that key onto that ghost. How do we get that key onto that ghost? We can make the ghost push, shove the ghost through the tile pretty easily. Key is open, ghost is shut. Wall is stop and wall is not push. So when we try to push the ghost through over there... Here, I'm just gonna start playing with it. It's so much easier for me to understand things if I can just play with them. Right, so we do this thing, push you over there, and then here's your problem, right? It's easy enough to make flag as win, it's easy enough to make ghost over here. So whatever it is that we gotta do it before we come over here. Whatever it is that we have to do with these words. We have to do it before we come over here. It's gotta be like, ghost facing wall is not push, and also key is push? Does that... Because that way, when it's in this position, we can just move through it. So, like, hold on. Right now... No, sorry, not that. If we do... Ghost is push right now, just to get it into position, so that I don't have to worry about nonsense. Okay. Now, if we make it so... Do we have all the words for this? Ghost facing wall is not pushing, and key is pushed simultaneously? I think so, right? That way we can move the ghost out over to the spot that it gets stuck in, and then we can move the key onto it. Seems like it might work. I don't see the part where it doesn't work yet, if there is one. So we're gonna find it by just trying it out. It turns out that sometimes failure is instructive. A very smart person told me that one time. Okay, right, so the ghost is cool to get pushed. Wait, ghost facing wall is not push. Oh, right, but ghost isn't normally pushed the way I've set this up. There's the problem. I look at this statement and I hear implied in my head, but at other times it's pushed. But that's not how rules work in the video game. So actually, it's not a big change though, right? Can we just do ghost not facing wall is push? Does that work that way? Can you not the verb? Because it's not really a verb, right? I've been sort of like thinking of this internally, and you've probably heard me saying it as this construction as adjective, verb, noun, verb, adjective. But we've definitely gotten words that complicate that. So is it ghost not facing wall is push? This is what I actually mean. This is one of the things that's like magical about English. And when I say magical, I mean truly awful. Very, very frustrating at times. It's a wonderful language. Listen, English is the only language that I really speak. And I'm glad that I do speak it because it seems like... I'm glad that it's my native language. Because it seems like if it's not your native language, it's an absolute goddamn... Like, it's the worst language to have to learn after your native language learning, period. But one of the things that's fascinating and terrifying and horrible about English is how much of the speech of English is actually just implied and not actually stated in a way that can make it really difficult, even for people who do speak, even for two people who do natively speak English but are coming at a situation with different assumptions, just like the inability those people can have to even be communicating about the same thing, not just to like find agreement, but even to realize that they're not talking about the same thing. That puzzle's cool. Alright, let's see what's up with 12. I do feel trapped. I would love to leave this volcano. Alright, it's easy enough to make flag win. Belt is not telly. That's an interesting thing to specify. So we have a belt here that is shift. The box is telly. Baba is you. Baba facing wall is empty. Oh, that's interesting. That's very funny. Okay. Belt is belt, box is box, cliff is stop. So I must never face wall. It's okay to face cliff. Very important not to face wall. Causes problems. So I see some immediate issues, such as an inability to get up here and make flag as win, right? Because we can't be we can never get into the top row here, so we can't do that thing. And we can never get into this column, so we can't do that thing. How I problem solve. So the belt doesn't have to be shift. That's changeable, right? We can come over here and we can play with this a little bit. They've made it easy enough to just walk up to the flag and walk back. But how do we access flag is win? It has to do with... Baba is telly doesn't help. Well, doesn't it though? What if... hold on. Yeah. Okay. So if Baba is telly, if I can move the belt around successfully, if I can get it into this row, then that'll allow us to enter this row without ever facing upward, right? We move on to the belt from the side, and then we're up here but facing to the right. And it's easy enough to come back from the flag is win area. We just can't get into it naturally. So let's solve that problem. First of all, it would be great if belt wasn't shift. Damn it. My natural clumsiness is going to be a real issue here. So, wait, but Baba is telly doesn't work by itself. I need Baba and box to be telly because I have to be able to move the thing around. Actually, problem. How to acquire this is. I was thinking, oh, it won't be a big deal to move that around because, it's not up against the wall, but it has to be 2 spaces away from the wall for me to really manipulate it because I can't go against the wall. Well, okay, but I could, no. I was gonna say we could just put telly here and Baba there, but then we can't have 2 things be telly that way. And if Baba is telly, that's no good. Okay, Baba can be shift. We can make Baba shift. That's how we do it. I shift the belt around rather than teleporting it. I was planning to make Baba and... Damn it. Baba and box telly. And then just, telly the thing. Oh, we have to be, super careful about this, though, right? I actually can't push telly down from where it is right now. It's very important that I don't do that. Okay. Oh. Oh, that's a problem. I can't... Box has to remain telly because I can't walk into this column. So I need to move this whole thing up a little bit. And then I gotta... wait, no, hold on. Gotta move some stuff over first. Corners are dangerous. Right, because we gotta do this. I gotta get the telly. Sorry, I'm having a little bit of trouble with the walls here, man. There we go. Okay. Box is still telly. Baba is shift. Very important. Why does the box have collision now? Oh, the box doesn't have collision, but I'm shift. I was expecting to still be able to step onto the teleporter. Also, me being shift is kind of not that helpful, right? Because it's really hard for me to get to the belt. If I... How do I do this? Because if I'm shift, I have to either use the box to teleport up to here to get access to the belt, or I just can't access the belt because, again, we can't do this thing. So... If we could, while Baba is shift, get on the teleporting box, we can come here, we can move down, we could shift the belt down, but I can't shift the box right? Because when you are on something that is against the wall while you are shift, you can't move it away from the wall. You move off of the space before you gain your new facing, so it doesn't go with you. So I need to be able to access the belt from below for Baba is shift to actually work. Hold on, let's reset the puzzle. I gotta think about this a little bit more carefully. I suppose I don't need to shift the belt. I could shift the box. If I shifted this box like this, if I had the shift when I touched that there, then it would put the box here, and then we could enter the teleport from below and just come out of here facing upward. That would totally solve the problem. How do I do that? If Baba is shift, belt is belt, box is box. So no rewriting anything into additional Baba shenanigans. I feel like I'm close. The fact that I can't step on the box to teleport while I am shift definitely complicates things. If we were to make... Yeah, man, the fact that I can't use the belt to go upward is a real problem. The fact that I can't make this passage. And there's no way, it looks like, for me to get shifted sideways to avoid the issue. Yeah, man. Not being able to step on the boxes while Baba is shift is a real problem. You totally could if you could step next to the wall, because you could just shift him adjacent to the wall and then move on to the space. But if I'm shift, will they... This might still be doable, actually. If I'm shift... Let me disable box's telly for a second here. If Baba is shift... here, we'll do this. And I shift the box into a word. Does that allow me to stand on it? Will it still go anywhere? Because we haven't actually tried that, I don't think. That's a shame. I thought I was onto something there. Well, we could do the teleporting words thing, right? What if Baba's only shift half the time? Does this kill me? Yeah. Hold on, actually. Wait. I did it wrong, though. I was hoping that moving into it, it would teleport me out before the empty would happen. Okay, well I do this. Hold on, and then I can go this way as long as I'm smart about it. Oh no, the belt's not anything right now. I can go that way whenever I feel like it. Okay, now we need to break some stuff. Right, I need this to be over here so that I can enter that from below. Okay, now we have flag is win, and that's a solution. That feels a little weird, in that I feel like I didn't... And I feel like I should have had to use the belt in some way instead of just disabling it. I don't know. That one feels strange to me because it feels like there are elements of the puzzle I failed to interact with. Let's have a look at 13 before we move on. We should at least look at every puzzle that's open to us. Okay, so right now, fire not on Skull is defeat. Skull makes fire safe. It's one of the most metal puzzles we've had so far. Wall is wall and stop and not push. Lava is sink. So, I mean, ideally, you want to get 2 skulls into that lava, or 2 somethings into that lava. Skull facing, skull is not. Skull not facing skull is push? This is really... So that lava is sink, huh? Skull not... If we did skull not facing skull is push... No, that doesn't really make a lot of sense. Skull... I mean, we want to get 2 skulls onto this fire. Does skull is push not solve the problem? Hold on. Let me... I don't see the part where this doesn't work, so let's have the game show it to us. Right, because couldn't we just do... The fire's not push, right? Yeah, fire doesn't have collision. So can't we just do this thing and then be like... Wait, why do I even need to... Oh, because I gotta be able to come back. Right. So skull... Okay, so there's the problem. You can sanitize the path this way, but you need skull is push to be true while you're over here shoving these skulls around, and then you need it to not be true anymore when you want to walk back over the fire skulls. That's the problem. So... The trick would be that you make these skulls not push anymore with some kind of clever wording over here. Because once you're over here to push these skulls, you can't mess with the wording easily anymore. So what would that be? Skull... I mean, it sorta feels like they want you to smash this guy, right? But maybe that's not true. So if we did skull facing skull is not push, then this guy wouldn't be push, and it's not trivial to make like we could align the 3 skulls such that, you know, one of them is... Because, hold on, let me see if that actually works. If we just go skull is push... I apologize that I'm thinking faster than I'm speaking, and so I'm having trouble expressing full ideas. If we do this... Nope. That. And then this thing. Does the skull on the right turn when we shove this line of skulls? Yes, it does. Okay. But actually, if we do this thing, and then we go skull facing skull is not push, then This guy is still push. And we can just walk through and shove him into the corner. The problem there is now we have this lava that's in the way, and we don't have a good way of sinking it. Because we do need... The thing I've just described needs all of the words. So we can't afford to destroy a word. And the way it looks like I've assembled this, we can't afford to destroy a skull either. Well, hold on. The thing I'm talking about is dumb anyway, because it would make... As soon as I shoved this out of the way, this skull would become push. So, what I actually need to do is get 2 skulls on these spaces facing each other. That makes that a lot easier. But that's exactly what I was worried about. That's why I was trying to figure out if we have a skull facing left and then push some other skulls to push it right, does it change facing? But yeah, I think we need to use one of these skulls to sink this lava, and then have the other 2 here, just in the right spots, which is a little tricky, honestly. Alright, if we back this up a little bit. So, like, the idea is that somehow you would... The idea is that somehow you would have, like... the leftmost skull sitting here already, in the right spot, and then this skull, like, over there, right? So, skull not facing skull is push. This guy is push right now. You would come down here and step there, and shoving him would turn him left, and then these 2 would both be not push, and you could just walk back over. But how do you do that? How do you get that guy there? Is that a viable solution? I can't walk across the fire to position him. I can't use... It's not useful to use the belts to shift him because he ends up facing... Well, actually, no, that works perfectly fine. What am I talking about? That works perfectly fine. So we're gonna put this guy here. I think I have it, maybe. Okay, so skull not facing skull is push. The belt is absolutely the answer, provided that I haven't missed anything, which, you know, I might have. Which I might have, because I do sometimes. Right? That's just good? Yep, that's just good. Okay. You gentlemen need to be placed into some lava. Sorry about this. Really, it's tearing me up inside. That is also a fun puzzle. The implications of not are fun. Hey, look at that. 3 puzzles. 3 puzzles in 1 episode. I'm like some kind of Herculean Superman. That's right. Both Hercules and Superman. Alright, let's check this out. The mountaintop. We did it. We made it to the mountaintop. Ooh, a very small number of puzzles. We need 6 of these to get the flower. I don't know that we need the flower. It's entirely possible that this flower doesn't do anything. Lonely Baba is you. That hurts me. You're not wrong. I'm just saying it feels bad, man. So what does that mean, Lonely Baba is you? What is the lonely keyword? Ah, I am not Baba anymore. Lonely means only thing on its tile. Interesting. So lonely skull is defeat means nothing then, right? Oh, not easy to do. Does lonely... I wonder if lonely is a noun. So wait, if we push this down to the corner, I can access stuff a little bit. But only a little bit. Shoot, this doesn't quite work. Because what I need to be able to do is access the word lonely, right? If I push this... It doesn't matter where this is, really. The problem is that I can't push lonely from below. Because if we could get... First of all, if we can make it so Lonely Baba is you is not the problem. And then If we can make like Lonely Cliff is stop or Lonely Skull is defeat, I think if Lonely Skull is defeat, I'm almost certain I can just walk over the skulls. If Lonely Cliff is stop, that probably doesn't help. Because like the idea would be that, well, when you try to push onto it, it's not stop if you're on it, but my guess is that stop prevents us from entering the cell entirely, so the cliff never becomes not lonely. Lonely Skull is defeat seems like the obvious answer, but I'm not 100% sure how to do it. So we can certainly break Lonely Baba is you, right? That's easy enough. But this is a real issue. And I can't push. Oh no, sorry. I'm just like not counting the number of spaces correctly. There's totally room for me to do this. I thought there was one less row above us than there was. Silly me. I thought I wouldn't be able to jam Lonely Skull is defeat up here. That's true. Lonely Skull is defeat. I can't think of anything that more clearly conceptualizes human defeat than your skull being the only thing in the space that it's in. Love at first sight. Bird is push. Oh, those birds are adorable. Ice is sink, text is float, lonely love is you. Love on bird is you. Adorable. So bird is push. Oh, lonely love is you. Lonely love is you. So... Boy, what do we do here? Because, like, we can walk the birds over to... Wait. Love on bird is you. Okay. So I had to push the birds on... For some reason, I was thinking bird on love is you. My brain. My brains. Oh, no. My brains. Okay, so we've created a situation now where I can yeah, just pass through here. Alright, we still have the ice's sink issue, though. How do I get the second bird? The text is float, so I can't just push text through. Because if I push the birds across using the phrase bird is push, then I can't get across myself. But... Oh, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure how I get... How I do this. Trying to figure out, is there a clever way for me to, like, push the phrase bird is push across and do something smart with it? I could make bird is win. Yes, okay. A thought. A plan, perhaps. Let's do this. Don't ever believe in the rules. And that's real life stuff, in addition to fun Baba is you time. How do I do this? The thing I was going to do plainly does not work. Because I need to be able to disable bird is push. I guess I don't need the whole phrase bird is push over here. But I do need bird to be pushed sometimes. I guess I don't need bird to be pushed anymore, maybe. Right, we could just... Yeah, I can just move the whole... What am I talking about? I just move the whole thing across like this. And then we just go like... I do need... Okay. I do need one of the birds over here too, though. So how do I... If I do this thing... That's gonna still be retrievable, right? Because we can push that bird. Here. Do this. And then we can retrieve this bird by pushing it down first. Yeah. Got him. Now we can make him go to the left. And then we just need... I mean, is it this simple? Because I do need to, right, like, the space is a problem. But once I do this, I'm not going to be able to disable bird as push. So I was thinking, like, it's not a big deal if one of the birds gets sunk. But no, I think I have to maybe use the bird to sink this space now. And then I need bird not to be pushed anymore, but I also have to be able to push this phrase 3 spaces, right? Because we have to be able to move on to the other bird that we already have in order for this to work. There we go. I got there eventually. That one was simple enough that it probably shouldn't have taken me that long, but it's alright, it's fine. Alright, what is... Oh boy. Getting into the big questions now. Hold on, let's check out Solitude first. What is Baba indeed? It's actually like a... Is he a dog? I'm not actually sure. Lonely key is open. Well, that's not gonna work, because it can never destroy the thing that is shut. So the box has the flag. The water is sink. We got this rock. We get this skull. I don't like this skull very much. So... Also, we get to be the adorable bird, and I love this bird very much. This is an extremely good bird. So... How do we manipulate objects down into that lower right room? Obviously, the trick of the skull is that he prevents us from pushing things to here and then walking around and pushing them from the top. So how do we deal with that? I can't interact with the skull's properties directly. I'm assuming... Hold on. Let me try something here. I'm assuming that this doesn't work, right? Yeah, okay. I was going to say, if I cover the skull up and I'm not walking directly on it, does it being defeat still matter? And the answer is yes. That's kind of what I figured. So the idea is that you could push an object, so you can use the lonely word, the lonely adjective, to make a thing conditionally push, which allows you to shove it over here, but then for it to lose its collision once it's over here, and so you can walk across it. How do we make use of that, though? Out of curiosity, does lonely... I'm assuming it doesn't, but because it's a word that is not encased in a rectangle. Okay. I was just curious if it functioned as a noun in our noun adjective verb. Or noun verb adjective paradigm. But really lonely is what an adjective is here, right? And then like these words are qualities more than adjectives. It doesn't matter. This game does not have to map to English grammar. So how do we make use of the tools we have here? The problem is, okay, so we can push the rock into that spot, right? And then be like, key is open, lonely key is push. But that doesn't, like, the problem is, any version of this thing you do where you shove it over onto the rock and then that lets you move through it, means that you can no longer push it down. You can get above it, but then it has no collision. You can't move it anymore. So how do we deal with that? And something's got to go in the water, too. We can use the space above the skull to hold the lonely keyword. What if we do like... Well, this is going to be a problem for a different reason, though. I was thinking we could make lonely, like lonely key is push, and then shove this up here, and then walk across and come over and push the lonely keyword off. But if we do that, then we have a noun that's up against the right wall, and so we can't have it have both properties. The key can't be both push and open at the same time. A problem. How do I make the key... How do I get the key over to the box, man? Because, like, it's pretty easy to make this thing happen. And I say pretty easy, but it's going to take me like 8 minutes to actually push all the words into place. In no small part because of the thing where I press the arrow keys too many damn times. Right, and then you would push the key onto it first, and then you would do this, and it wouldn't be pushed anymore. You'd walk over here, shove it off, and then you'd be able to push the rock into the water and clear the path for the key. But what do you do then? How do you get the key onto the thing? I'm just going to do it even though I know it doesn't work, because again, it might help me to, I'm a dummy. Here we go. I'm just going to do it even though I know it doesn't... Oh, sorry, the rock can't be pushed while you do that. I don't know. We'll come back to it. I really want to open up what is Baba, because if we finish this, we get 2 more levels, and I'm curious about them. I need to know, man. I gotta see them. What is Baba? Lonely text is you. Oh, that's neat. Is Baba... So Baba's not push. I mean, I have to be win. Baba is... Oh, don't do that. The walls are not stop. They just murder you. So we can walk Baba around, which is fun. It looks to me like the thing you're supposed to do is go here, make Baba is move, walk Baba to here, do that, and then Baba is up, Baba is move, and he does this thing for us. Oh, wait. Yeah, lonely text is a problem. Hold on. I didn't really think about that. So I need... No. I need Baba to... I need that is to stop moving around so much. I'm lonely now. Okay. What I need is for Baba to not be right there. But also for the is to not be on top of him, which is a problem. This is a bad arrangement. Yeah, because I need to be able to walk the is over to here, and if I let Baba push it to there... No, that totally... Why did I make that more complicated? Because now I can... I was like, well, I don't want Baba to be right there, because I'll die. But I won't die because I become the Baba. Oh, that's an issue, though. Baba, yeah. I'm still the lonely text. So every time I move the text, I lose control of Baba temporarily. That is an issue. And this makes... nothing is win, and I don't even know how to make something win. I need Baba to be you. The walls are fake. The answer is the walls are fake. So it's got to be like... Oh, I did it. That's right. I can just put that whole phrase over there. And then I can... Damn it. Stupid living text. Okay. Living text, you just got to play along with me a little bit, okay? I need you to come over here. No, not there. Sorry. Here... Yep, okay. And then stop living. And then you gotta go there. There we go. I don't know why I had so much... Like, the thing that I needed to do there was clear to me, but the execution of it was really awkward because I just couldn't conceptualize what the text was going to do. You may have noticed I often have a problem when more than one object on the screen is you at the same time. So key and door is push. Key is open, door is shut, door has flag. Door needs to stop being pushed at some time, and the way they've arranged the rules, that's doable. Lonely Baba is defeat. I'll tell you what it is. It's just an absolute goddamn nightmare. Again, it's so hard for me to work with multiple U's. Okay, so we can do this thing. And we can make we can kind of make a... Oh, well, hold on. We could want to make a bridge, but it's not actually trivial because one of those rocks is in a place that makes this a little awkward. So what we have to do here is go like this and then move the whole phrase down and then do it again. I think? Is this dumb? Oh, it's a real problem, actually. I need to not quite do what I've done here. The real issue is that I should probably stop this one here, right? I think. This isn't even the actual problem. We're not at the actual problem yet. This is just how I would make a walkable bridge so that I can access the door. No, wait, this is still bad though. Like, there's no way to get to the key. These are 3 tiles apart. So we could... How would I ever get the key onto the door? This is a real... Because we can't actually push this, right? With the fact that Baba can never be on an empty space. Alright, hold on. If we were to make it so the rock is not pushed anymore, I could, in theory, go and retrieve the key. Nope, kills Baba. Well... And then, like, the idea is you somehow get this rock back, but there's no way to do that, and you use it to build a... So we have to... Okay, we have to use the 3 rocks to build a bridge here first? Bring a Baba... No, you can't bring a Baba over, though. They're always going to be the same number of spaces apart, because there's no object on which to press one of them so that you can compress their spacing. So one of the Babas necessarily dies somewhere during the puzzle. And the trick is you need to use that Baba to... Because we either have to build a bridge here to allow us to communicate the key to the door directly, or we have to build a bridge here. We have 3 spaces that need to be crossed somewhere. But how do you get the 3 rocks together? Because you could build the bridge here, but once you do that, you no longer have the ability to use the rocks to... Like, building a bridge here presupposes that you can build this, then this, or this. Like, as a solution. It requires that. Presupposes, like, super the wrong word. How do you... Wow. I'm having a hard time with this one. We'll come back. This is a real we'll come back kind of problem. Let us instead just seek acceptance. Let me tell you something. I know this to be a fool's errand. Sun is win. Baba is you. I'm assuming Lonely Baba's bad? Lonely Baba is tile. That's not good. What's the deal with the bird? The bird is move and push. Okay, interesting. Flag is push. Rubble is defeat. That's rubble. So the bird's gonna walk back and forth. And we can catch it as it walks by and turn it. How do we... Okay, let's just play with it for a little while, right? Let's just play with it. Okay, so now I have this bird. And I think the thing we want to do with the bird is this, right? Oh no, that just makes Baba his tile. That's the wrong word to disable. Here we go. Now I am no longer cursed. I took the... it's very funny to me. I took the curse and made it so much worse than it was before by removing Lonely. So the bird's going to push something all the way against the right wall and make it unretrievable. How do we... What word here do we think we can afford to lose? Because it might be the case that is not the right one. Is super useful. Maybe it's one of the flags. Let me do this again. Okay, so now I can walk over here. So we've lost that word flag, but we still have access to the rest of these. I'm going to move this out of the bird's way. Okay, so now we have an issue of how do we get past the rubble? Rubble is defeat, but the sun is on the other side of that wall. Tile is tile. Can't interfere with the tile. Tile is Baba would be a pretty easy solution if we were allowed to do it. We have all this flag nonsense. What do we want to... Like, what is the flag accomplishing? What is the word flag doing for us? We could make a flag and do what with it? If we... Oh boy, we can't make a flag, actually. The only object that we can transmute over here is Baba, and obviously that's a problem. We can't make the tile into anything. We can't affect the properties of the bird. Yeah, tile is tile. Kind of makes you not able to do anything at all, huh? There's no way of making... So we have an on here. Baba on tile is flag does nothing. Except, like, in theory, you could use Baba on tile is flag to make... Nope. Flag is push. So, like, the idea is you turn the Baba into a flag and you use the bird to push the Baba around, and you make it so tile on flag is Baba. And the idea is the bird pushes the tile to somewhere where it becomes you again. I think. But there's a pretty big... Okay, let's try it. Let's try it. Because there's only so many things you can actually affect, right? Like, on tile is the only way you can use tile. So... Flag on tile is Baba. Oh, stupid bird. And then Baba is flag. The thing is, like, Baba is flag. Lonely Baba is flag. So, yeah, it has to be Lonely Baba is flag. Because you have to be able to, like, walk over here, steer the bird so it's walking back and forth in this row. Walk over here to become the flag. Bird pushes flag over to here. You are no longer... But, yeah, flag on tile becomes Baba. You... Then grab the bird, steer him into an angle, step there, become flag. He comes over, pushes you. So how do we do that? The core problem there is that we're going to end up with some words against the edge of the thing here. I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah. Flag on tile is Baba. Lonely Baba is flag gets built against the wall. That's how it works. Okay, that's doable, I think, provided that I understand it correctly. So the only real important part here is that you can't break this thing by pushing either lonely or tile. Any of the other words are fine. Okay. So. Also, Lonely Baba is flag has to be... Hold on, I had to dig some of the words out of the corner here before we do any of this. Okay. Lonely Baba is flag has to be assembled last. We gotta build the rest of the thing first. So... Flag on tile is Baba. So the Baba ends up right here. That goes there. We'll put it in its place in a moment. Must you, bird? You know, he thinks he's helping. He's doing his best. Okay, I think this is an idea. So, in order for this to work, I now have to wait for the bird to come back. Wait, the bird is push, right? So is he going to walk through me, or how's this going to work? Because he has to, like, yeah. The bird can walk through me, I just can't walk through the bird. So I step over here. Nothing is you, but the bird walks the flag over to there, where you become you. Where Baba becomes you, and you become Baba. As it was always meant to be. So I need to push him this way, because I did this in kind of a silly way. We gotta wait for him to walk all the way past and become flag. And then and then let's see, I want to turn him in this column for optimal fastness here. So that I can just push him that way and then walk right off. And he will deposit us next to the victory sun. Okay, that took a little bit longer to execute after I figured it out than I would have liked. We must complete 2 of the remaining 4 levels, and given what we know about 5, 3, and 6, I'm a little nervous about that. Actually, no, did we look at 6? We didn't even look at 6. What am I talking about? Did we look at 6? Oh, 6 is this one. Yeah, 6 is an unsolvable nightmare. It is a realm of pure hatred. Alright, tectonic movements. Tree is sink, cliff is stop, pillar is push. Baba is you. Lonely dust is lava. Rubble on Baba is dust. So I can cross, but not more than once. So we need to walk down here, make flag as win. We also need to push a pillar into the tree line to destroy a tree. And obviously, the trick there, the thing that makes that complicated, is that it requires us to cross the rubble multiple times. So, how do we deal with that? Because there's no way to even come back out of here. Well, one thing we can do is we can push a pillar. Nope, gotta be real careful with this, though. So actually, hold on. I want to do that. What's my plan here? What am I doing? So the thing is, I was thinking, if we could get a pillar to right here, and then come back and make a pillar not push, then we can walk over that space safely, because lonely dust turns into lava, but dust that's on a pillar will not turn into lava. The pillar is a stone, a stepstone for us. But I had some kind of thought that this was going to let me put that pillar down there, and then it would, like, everything would be cool, and I don't have any idea how I thought that was going to work anymore. Yeah, what the hell was I thinking, like... Now what, smart guy? How do you do this? Just the mechanics of the way pushing works make this not work, because you can't... It's easy enough to go and make flag as win. It's easy enough to go and push a pillar into the trees. But you can't ever walk back out of either of those areas after doing that. So how do you make that work? I mean, it seems pretty obvious that you have to go into the flag area, come back out, and then end the puzzle by going into the tree area, which you cannot ever come back out of. How do you make it so you can come back out of the flag area? pushing a pillar here and then making the pillar not push anymore seems necessary, because otherwise there's no way for this tile to be traversable a second time. But there's no way to... We have to push it down from the top and then leave via this exit? How do you deal with the other... How do you get the other pillar into place? And actually, no, this doesn't work. Because if you... Like, the only way to get in now is to go like that, walk down to here, flag is win, and then this space hasn't collapsed, but this space will have, and you're still exactly as trapped. I don't see at all how to do this. So, the core problem with this idea of using this one pillar here is that you need to be able to enter this space and leave this space safely. Because of the way the puzzle is shaped, that's very difficult to do with 3 adjacencies. So one of the adjacencies will be spent placing the pillar, no matter how you do it, right? So, that means that you have to be able to leave this thing... In order to be able to use this space to push the pillar in, the pillar would have to be right here while you are right there. That can be done, but it has to be done without you stepping here, otherwise you have no way to leave after doing it. And that can't be done, right? Because in order to get it here, you would have to push it from there. You'd have to occupy this space. So this must be a tile you either enter or leave through on the second pass. For that to be the case, this entrance still has to be open after you've positioned the pillar. So, maybe the problem is that you're supposed to leave through a different door. See, now I can get in and out, but it doesn't quite solve our problem. It solves one of our problems, I'm sorry. Like, look at this. Look at the degree to which I can now make flag win, and I can survive making flag win. Hooray! We accomplish. Bam! And then I'm out, and everything's cool. And then I die to a tree. Then, Baba was consumed by a tree, because Caves of Cud is leaking into everything. So we're partway to comprehension. We have some part of an idea here. Now, it feels like you want to make flag is win, and then come back out, re-enable pillar is push, and then push the pillar across. But you definitely can't do it that way, because there aren't enough entrances and exits for the rubble area. We would need one more doorway for that to work, because that's enter to drop this off, leave. Break thing, enter to fix this, leave, and then enter one more time, which we don't have. So how are you supposed to do this with one fewer entrance? You have to take the pillar with you. You can't take the pillar with you to make flag is win work, though, because the whole thing relies on pillar is push not being true. So we need to... So how do we make it so pillar is push is true when we move this pillar in, then not true when we need to walk over this pillar as a bridge, but then true again when we need to move this pillar into a tree? Or am I being stupid, and the idea is not to move that pillar into a tree at all? It's that one, right? Text is not float. We could just use some text. So if we were to say, do this... What if I just left myself some text? And maybe the second pillar's a red herring, which is the worst kind of herring. Alright, I'm going to put that in there. I don't know anything about herrings, but I am led to believe that red herrings are not desirable. We go and we retrieve some text. We bring the text with us and use the text to kill a tree. And that second pillar is absolutely just a red herring. They put an element in the puzzle that isn't part of the puzzle to trick us. They thought they could trick us. Did I look at connector? Because 2 and 6 are both terrifying. Oh, we didn't. We didn't even look at this. Sun is not you. Lonely text is you. Oh, that's going to be an issue. You know how my brain works. Oh, the Baba's fake, though. Baba's not you. It's one of them damn fake Babas. So what's the deal with tile is push? Okay, that's good. So we can move most of the words around without them becoming text. Sun is not you. Sun is sun. And sun is... Wait, why is the sun a problem, though? Tile is push. Wall and sun is... Oh, because it says right here, sun is stop, dummy. That's why. Okay, so... Lonely text is you. If I were to try to walk across this as the is, I would be unmade. We can make Baba is you. We have to be like pretty careful about how we do it. I mean, I could keep making Baba is you and then breaking it. Obviously, the other option we have is to do this thing. This is kind of a weird puzzle. I like this world. When we step up here, then we have Baba retrieve the word sun for us. Then we make sun is you. And that allows me to make text is win. No, sun is not you. Sun is not you. It says it right there. So how do we make text is win happen? Oh, Baba's open. But the sun is stop, so Baba can never open the sun. This game makes you say some wild poetry out loud. Because we can make sun is shut, but it doesn't help because Baba can't interact with the sun. Right? I think. Well, no. Objects that are open destroy things that are stop and shut. That happens all the time. That's how doors work. That's how doors are always made to work. So yeah, we do... Oh, sorry, actually, I have to assemble this a little bit differently. Also, that's inconvenient. Baba, you gotta be in this row, buddy. Yeah, I have to assemble this a little bit differently. It's not actually clear... Wait, how do I do this? I have to have Baba help me, I think. Right, because this is going to be a... No, I'm not sure how to do this. Because we're going to have an issue keeping the phrase sun is shut around the is, right? Because I can't get into the middle of it that way. So how do we deal with that? Because I can't... Obviously, I can move left and right pretty easily. So we gotta make use of the stones over here, probably. Because that we have there a stone that we could mean the sun is shut is real safe. We can move vertically safely. And then we can move to the right safely. But it's not clear to me how I make Baba is you happen here. So it has to be the case that, like, sun is shut is not yet assembled. Baba is you is assembled. Baba comes over and he closes the door for me. But now see, if I do this, then I have to move left, which makes the whole thing not work. So we need it to be the case that Baba is you and sun is shut at the same time, or we can't do this. This is non-trivial. Sun is shut only has to be true for one frame, though, right? So maybe the idea is... Well, I was going to say maybe the idea is that we, like, just... we put sun and shut somewhere and have the phrase Baba is you over there, and we just press right and walk the phrase through. But yeah, I can't, can't push both sides of the phrase that it's in. It can only push one of the sides. This is probably not that hard. Probably a bunch of people have already seen it, but I feel like I'm having trouble conceptualizing here. How do I make it so that Baba can walk to the right from the position that he's in? It's a tough one, man. Oh, I can absolutely just like, totally kill myself. That's a problem. Gotta watch that Baba. Dude cannot be trusted. Because if we do this anywhere else... Actually... No, this does... Hold on. I had a thought, and now I've forgotten what it was. I swear to you I had an idea. Have I just got the alignment wrong? What if Baba is you is vertical, Baba pushes the is you in, then what I break by moving left is sun is shut, which is not actually more acceptable. It's still like a huge problem. Yeah, this is, again, I seem to have a lot of problems with the ones where you have to be more than one object at once. I am noticing this. Alright, I think I can work this out, but I think it's going to take a lot of tedious trial and error, and I don't mind doing it, but I do mind subjecting you all to it, so I'm going to fiddle with this a little bit more off camera, and then when you all come back next time, on Monday, probably I will have a solution to this, which means that we will have the flower for this area. I don't think this flower is valuable at all. I don't think it does a single damn thing, because we've already unlocked all the gates and everything, but we're still going to get it. So come back next time for that, and we'll see you then.